Hey folks, it's Adrienne Klein from AZURE, Real Estate and Property Management in Central Florida. And today I have one of my idols, and I'm humbled by his presence here. We have Mr. Steve Rozenberg, who is a commercial international airline pilot. He is a real estate extraordinaire. He elevates people in their business, in their personal life, coaching. He's in demand, and I'm honored and humbled that he's with us here today. And he's going to be the keynote speaker with NARPM at the Prime Summit next week in Orlando, Florida. So if you're an investor or you're a real estate broker looking to go into property management, learn from the best so you're not out of business and you have success. So welcome.
Thank you. That was very nice introduction. I appreciate that. Very kind words.
Thank you. Thank you for your time today. So I know that you're traveling the world and you're going to be speaking at the summit as a keynote speaker, and you're going to be, touching on three topics. I'd like to touch on the one that's most important for you right now as we're sitting and having this little chat, just to give people a little nugget to take away for next week.
First one is probably one of the most important that many people do not understand, and that's how to successfully monetize your business. And what I've learned is that people have great ideas, but they don't know how always to bring it to market and to make sure that they're bringing it to the right market with the right clients. How to identify those clients to make sure, are these even the people that I should be talking to? And are they giving me the best return on my time? And so understanding monetization of your business and sales and marketing is so vital, because you may have a great product. And what I've learned in being in the property management industry myself, it can be a great product, but if you don't understand how to monetize it, you're really going out of business. You just don't realize it until your bank account is empty.
So if I can just ask you a question, when you say monetize, I'll give you a quick example. When I started 18 years ago in real estate myself in Miami Beach, Florida, just in the last year and a half, we moved operations to Central Florida. We're still, all over. When you say monetization, I got in by accident. I mean, no one grows up and says, I want to be a property manager. Yay. Yeah. This is a trial and error business, and the errors can put you out of business and can get you sued very fast in the world that we live in now. So when you say monetize, just elaborate for our audience, just again, a nugget as to what you're parlaying.
Monetization is what I talk about, is to bring the inbound money. You've got to have monetization in your business. Now, you have to understand the dynamics of what business you're in property management, right, which we all know. There are a lot of laws, rules, regulations that are constantly changing. You have to understand, what problem are you solving for your target client? So if you can't solve a problem and have a solution to their challenge, you really don't have a successful business model. And so many times we may think we have the best solution, but it doesn't solve a problem to the people we're talking to, which makes it not a very valid business model. And many times you may solve the problem for the wrong target, meaning if you want to have high-end properties that you manage, but your target and your message is solving a problem for low-income properties, you have the wrong solution to the people that are not your target client. So it's so vital to understand, specifically I'll say like a sniper, to understand who is that target market, how are you going after them, and what problem are you solving for them?
Someone's in real estate, they have an investor, manage my properties. I mean, it's like falling through a chasm. It's really frightening because, what are the rules and the regulations? Each county is different. And again, I'm just saying Florida because I'm based in Florida. You're going to be the keynote speaker here at the NARPM Summit. What do you do? I mean, when you say monetization and sniper and it's like our target audience, and you're right, you can't go after a high-end luxury, if your client has, Section 8, and it doesn't matter who you're targeting, who your client is, because there's money to be made in all levels. But how do you grow the business?
Yeah, that's a great question. And the way that you grow your business is you have to understand that your job and your role is the leader and CEO of that business, if that's the position you have. Many times, and I coach a lot of high-level businesses and people that are trying to accelerate their business in all businesses, And the biggest challenge in the business is normally the business owner. They are not thinking like a high-level CEO, but yet they want their business to be the high-level CEO. They are not putting in the time to educate themselves on the laws, the rules, the regulations, leveraging the right team, being the solution to the challenge that your client has. They don't understand all the dynamics of being a business owner. Look, there's no manual that someone's going to give you tomorrow and says, hey, this is what you need to be successful. It doesn't exist. So you have to figure it out. And unfortunately, many times we think that if we work hard, we'll be successful. But there's no correlation to hard work and success. It's just something we tell ourselves. It's a lie that makes us feel better. So to be the best business owner, the best CEO, there are things that you have to do as a leader that many business owners don't do. They get so busy being busy in the day-to-day operations. There's nobody running the business and nobody is the business owner. And that's what I want to show people is how to be the business owner, not to be the boss.
So are you like, in essence, like almost like the IRS, but you're Steve coming in saying, okay, let me look at your books. How is your business running or not functioning? I mean, are you going through their books, so to speak? Are you sitting down with the owner? Are you spending an hour walking around to see, what people are doing? They're on their TikTok accounts. Do they have, they're using an air conditioning company. Do they have the liability insurance that is expired? Do they even have any of this? Like, where do you start as someone like you, Steve Rozenberg, to go in there and dive in there? I mean, because it's really a plethora of information that you have to touch upon to make that owner a CEO. And how does that owner know how, what the policies and procedures are? Most people we speak to that are mom and pop property management companies don't even have a policies and procedures to protect themselves and their clients' assets. Like, what do you do when you go in? Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome. What do you do? What are the first three things that you do before we wrap this segment up? Just to give everybody that takeaway nugget of what do they need to know from Steve?
Yeah, those are great questions, and I get asked that a lot. And I'll use you, if it's okay, as an example. You've been doing this for 18 years. For someone to think or assume that magically I can wave a button over you and drop fairy dust on your company in an hour, and I'm going to fix your problems that have been procured over 18 years, we're all lying to each other. That there's no reality. It's kind of like never working out and going to the gym and saying, I want to be on stage as a bodybuilder tomorrow, so I'm going to give you an hour today to make this work. It's a whole digestion of everything. Number one, the success leaves clues, right? And there is a recipe for successful businesses. We all know them. We all see them. We know successful business owners and successful businesses don't work harder. What do? They're doing something different. The first thing they're doing, I will tell you, and I know because I work with a lot of them, is they run their business off of metrics and data, not off of emotions. The biggest challenge business owners have, and I say this many times, is ego and pride of themselves. They feel that because it's their business, quote unquote, they need to be the one who does everything and answers. That is not a business, that's a job. And so the biggest challenge with growing your business is being able to step back, detach from the situation, and being able to look at it from the 30,000-foot view as a business owner and say, okay, now let's look at your business. Let's look at the policies, procedures, and structure, which I'm going to talk about. And a lot of this comes in, we can talk about this the next time I see you, how you systematize your business, and how I learned by being an international airline pilot for the last 30 years, how you can systematize your business to run without you being involved in it, so that you can go on vacation for 3 weeks or 3 months and know that when you come back, your business is stronger, more efficient, and more profitable than the day that you left it. And that is when you have a business.
People, just by you saying that, it's almost incomprehensible that really can happen, that you could really just walk away and have the systems in place that it be functioning without you. I mean, I know that if the president of Disney wasn't there tomorrow and he's on vacation in Fiji and there's no phone service, they're not going to stop, the rides at Disney. So it's very scary from a property management perspective that is really achievable. That you could really show someone how to do that.
You know what it is? It's self-limiting beliefs that we have. And and I'll tell you what, let's save that for the next video that you and I are going to do in the next couple of days when we talk again. But yeah, you're right. Could it happen? Absolutely. It happens in every industry. I don't care if you have a lemonade stand or your General Motors. Every
Right.
business is, and they run the spectrum. So I will share with you in the next video how I have been able to help businesses to systematize, because that is looking under the hood of your business to actually see, how do I do it?
Wow, this is a great segment. I'm so glad that, again, I'm humbled that you are going to be our keynote speaker at NARPM. And for those of you that don't know what NARPM is, it's a long acronym. It's a mouthful, but it's the National Association of Residential Property Managers. Even if you think that you don't want to go into residential, but you want to go into multifamily or college university housing, this is a great summit to get started. It's residential is an easy peasy. As you go up the food chain for multifamily, it really is a pyramid of less and less people, and you can't afford to make mistakes. It's easier to make mistakes at the residential level than up at the level that where you're playing at. But anyway, we'll save that for next time. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to having you and seeing you next week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm going to go change. I'll be back in 1 minute. You have